of the trim looks pretty similar, but this is probably the worst of it. I'm going to try, here's my cleaner. I just some alcohol. I'm going to try Rust-Oleum Black. This is stuff you buy, a $10 can at Home Depot. And then some adhesion promoter. So after I get it all clean, I'm going to use the foam roller and try to lay down the paint. I did remove the seals. They kind of just pull off of here. There's just a little lip. I just peeled them off there, and I'll put it back on when I'm done. That way I don't have to mask anything off. As far as the trim goes, I'll probably go ahead and shoot that with a gun, but these seem pretty straightforward to do. Use a foam roller, so I'm gonna give that a shot and let you know how it goes. All right, so I wiped these down with alcohol pretty good. Went ahead and applied it pretty liberally and just wiped it off. And this one's already dry, pretty much ready to go. Focus. So go ahead and apply the adhesion promoter, and then roll out the paint, see how it goes. All right, first coat's on. It says to allow 3 minutes between coats and to put on 2 to 3 light coats. So I'll be waiting a few minutes, letting this dry, and then applying another coat. I'm gonna try my hand at videoing while spraying. I did the first pass in the other direction. This coat I'll be doing this direction. Just try to make sure I get full coverage on there. All right, just waiting for the primer to dry on this last panel here. As you can see, here's what it looks like now. It is a flat black, but hopefully it dries quite a bit more grayish looking or flat looking than it is right now. A little whoopsie there. Hope that's okay. Just trying to keep an old junk around the road and looking decent, so not too worried about minor imperfections. If you're wondering what the foam roller was, it's one of these guys. Obviously now it's black. Like $6 for a package of, I don't know, a bunch at Home Depot. Pretty cheap. I've used them to paint furniture. They're really nice. I'd definitely compare them to a spray gun or not show quality cars and things like that. Clean this out down here where the seal used to sit. I didn't think it was a big deal because, you know, I was only painting the top. I did, however, get a little bit on my roller, and that kind of pissed me off. So just a heads up, it might be worth your time to clean that out at least a little bit, get most of the big stuff out of there. Recoat time is in 24 hours according to the can, and at this temperature and humidity, it'll probably take every bit of that. It started to dry a little bit to the touch. You see down here, get a focus here. Old crappy phone for an old guy with an old crappy truck. It's drying, whatever. You see starting to dry there. It's not a run, it's just drying. That's kind of the look I'm going for. So it kind of look like it's got a truck bed liner on it, maybe. I see no reason to add truck bed liner to it, just for more texture. I also have read a lot of problems about UV stability that I don't think this paint will have, but time will tell. I could be wrong. In any case, it's time to crack open a fresh Busch latte and enjoy my handiwork and finish this up tomorrow. So if you don't like the way I do things, I don't really care. There's a back button. Leave a comment if you want. I don't really care. If you do. All right, welcome back. It's about 24 hours since I painted these with the first coat. I'm super excited with how they look now. It's hard to get it in video. There is a little evidence of kind of brush marks. You can kind of see this one here. I'll probably be a little bit more careful about how I roll this coat. But overall, I'd say they look better than when I started. So we'll go to finish it up. You can see I use my high-tech foam roller preserver here. So you see these brush marks, these roller marks this way from where I rolled it that way. They're not too bad. This is just a good example here. So if you're looking at the side of the truck, which is how most people ever look at it, you'll see these marks where I rolled it this way a lot easier than when you see the marks where I rolled it this way. So my strategy for this coat is to roll it long ways on the truck, or I guess short ways on the board. So roll it this way and hope for the best. It came out pretty smooth. surface finish here. See if I can get a focus. Maybe not. There we go. Technology's great. There we go. So the finish looks pretty good. It almost looks worse in this video than it does in real life. So hopefully the second coat will clean that up, and finished product will be good to go and ready to install maybe later tonight. Should be dry to the touch in 4 hours. And then have it installed tonight or tomorrow morning. Now, a few of you may be wondering why I don't just buy a rattle can and just shoot the thing like that. This can was $10 and it is like tar. The amount of solids that you get in this way surpasses what you get in a rattle can. It's also oil based, so it's going to be a lot tougher to the elements. Best bet would be to use a paint tray, but I seem to be fresh out of those, at least the tray liners. So instead of ruining a paint tray, I'm just going to pour some paint on here and just going to spread it around. And like I said, I'm going to roll it mostly this way, primarily, especially in my last pass over. I'll probably add a little bit more here, but that works. May not be the best way, but gets the job done. Okay, so I just finished the first panel here, and what I try to do is do full length strokes with the roller until it's all the way off the side. And I kept doing that all the way across, like so. Don't ask me if that's the best way of doing it, but it seems to be working pretty well. So I did it the entire way across, and you see some little, maybe spots that are more dry than others, but the coverage is pretty uniform and there's no brush marks. That light reflection there is kind of indicative of the lack of roller marks. You see maybe starting to dry up a little bit there. Smooth all the way across. There's a part where I just did. Day 3 here, everything's dry, getting ready to put the seals back on. Still have my roller protected in my frozen baggie here just in case I need to make any touch-ups, but I don't see any reason. To see on this panel number 2, I do have a little bit of a streak here. I'm not real sure why, but other than that, I'm really happy with the way it looks, the way it turns out. Everything looks really even. It's flat black, but hopefully in the sunlight it'll kind of look more like a dark gray. And I'll do the rest of the trim to match hopefully soon. I have another video on that if everything goes right. Alright, so quick shot here. I got all the seals reinstalled. Took me a minute to get them all in the right orientation. Armor all them all before I put them back on because, you know, why not? Everything's apart. You can see that the paint matches the seals pretty close actually in terms of the look. The video maybe makes it look a little bit more different than it is in real life. See, this one's pretty close. Just for reference, if you do this and you get lost on what seal goes what, number 1, obviously this goes against the truck. It's got kind of this one big groove in the seal that goes against the truck, opposite the handles. Number 2 has this, it's got these ridges in it that go opposite the handles. And then number 3, this goes against the tailgate. This part, again with the ridges, goes opposite the handles. And this goofy triple bump seal, I don't know what to call this thing, whatever. It's got this raised bump and then a small portion here and then a lip right here. Goes with the handle, that goes against the tailgate. I got lost and it took me a minute to figure it out, so if you get lost, here's a reference for you.